Alright, what's up guys? Pashry here. Bringing you the so original free-for-all cut count. This is my first one, but I'm doing it because, I want to talk about some things, and gotta put some gameplay behind it, and it's gonna be live just because, why not? But I'm just listening to music right now, so, that's why I might suck in the game, because I'm not entirely focusing on it. I'm focusing on the music, the game, and the commentary, and if I stutter, it's because the music. Can't really hear myself over it. I'm not blaring it. It's just I'm not talking very loud. It's like 11 at night. Yeah, it's 11:14. Alright, so today's topic, or my first topic, I should say. Today's topic sounded like, I do this often, but I don't. It's about the time I got my head stuck in a chair. Yeah, that sounds really weird, doesn't it? Well, when I was in, I think it was first or third. Hold on, let me think about it really quick. The classroom. I was in. I was first grade. We had those desks, alright? And we had individual desks in first grade. We had these desks, and our chairs, they weren't the desks that, our chairs were attached to them. They were the ones that, there was, a slot in the inside where you could put all your books and stuff. And so we had these chairs that they had, like a little hole, in the back. I hope you guys can know what I'm talking about. It's just a regular school chair. But I was a small kid. I didn't weigh 100 pounds until 7th or 8th grade. And I was small, so I could fit in between that hole. In this one time, I had this, girl that I liked sitting next to me, and I think she liked me too. But I didn't always want to be cool. I'm not really a show off, but that maybe I was in first grade. But so we were about to go to lunch, and the teacher was like, "Oh, yo, kids, let's go to lunch." And I was like, "Oh, yes." So instead of being the normal kid, and, pulling out my, standing up and kind of pushing out my chair, and I fucking hate this map for one, but pulling out my chair, doing it all ordinary. I thought I was, a little slick guy, and I tried to turn around and put my feet through the hole and slide through it the way you'd go down a slide or something, feet first. I thought I could slide into that girl's DMs or something, and God, I got my head stuck. That happened to me. I got my head stuck in a chair in first grade. I slid through, and my head didn't fit, and nobody knew what to do. It's who gets their head stuck in a fucking chair? She didn't know what to do. What are you supposed to do when you see a 6-year-old or however old I was with their head stuck in a chair? So she, came over to me, and she tried to looked at me all weird, what the fuck are you doing? How the fuck did this happen? She did her best, try and measle or weasel or whatever people say to get my head out of there, and she couldn't. So we had to call the nurse. And it had to be the most weird phone call for her. Oh, he got turned on. Weird phone call for her ever. I need you to come down here. One of my students has his head stuck in a chair. What do you think the nurse thought about that? The nurse must have been, entirely just confused out of her mind. What did you say? A kid got his head stuck in a chair? I don't know what I would think if I heard that, but... So the nurse came down, and she just kind of looked at me for a solid 5 minutes. She just straight up stared at me. She just stared at me. She literally was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Go get a janitor or something? So her and my teacher just kind of talked there while I was sitting in front of all my classmates, just kind of slouching kind of on the floor with my head stuck in a chair. And they finally decided to get oil or... You use bouncing pennies?
Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
They got oil or cream or something like that, and they applied it to my head, and I twisted it. That was a pretty bad experience. I got my head stuck in a chair. I thought that was pretty weird that I showed off for her in the beginning of the year and got my head stuck in a chair, and then the next day, or not the next day, it was a month later, she told me that she still liked me. I wouldn't like someone if they got their head stuck in a chair. That'd be just weird. Yeah, my first grade was pretty cool. That's really all I have to talk about. So, because that's really all that happened in first grade, besides, learning my ABDs or cursive or whatever we did back then. I don't even remember. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be it. It's been Posture. I just lagged out of a game, so I guess it's like perfect timing. I lagged out of a lobby, I should say. But this has been Poshri.